So this is my reflection phase.
Hi.
Reflection. Part of the celebration phase. Yeah, I mean, I guess this project, what I can say, I actually can say coming out on the other end of it's taught me so much, like, because like refugee and asylum seekers, it's not exclusive to Rwanda, or to any culture for that matter. And while it's been so awesome to just kind of get to know about, like, TIA, this is Africa.
Yeah.
It's like...
TIA, bro.
Well, it's been cool to find out about. It's like, I can just see the application across the board. It's like... Yeah, I mean, like, there's just... I think there's a lot of stigmatism around refugees that needs to be broken down. Yeah, views on, like, that they're freeloaders, or views on that they're here illegally, or views on that if they are here, it's because they have the means, and then if they have the means, they shouldn't really be refugees, and that they steal all the jobs and everything from good, well-meaning people and everything. It's just like, it's so wrong, I mean, these are people who actually genuinely could benefit from what we have, our excess. And I guess that's the individualist mindset again. We just want to hold everything all the time. I mean, what pissed me off, like 3, 4, 5, numerous times throughout this assignment, is reading some of these works that I did and just feeling anger, Like, I remember watching Hotel Rwanda. You remember I told you about that? I'm watching this scene where, like, the UN delegates have shown up to take all the tourists and all the white people out of Rwanda and just leave the Rwandans to themselves. And I'm like watching this and I'm shaking with anger. Like, I'm crying these hot tears and I'm just shaking with anger because I'm just like, here is the West, here is the UN, who have all this power to help to do something, and they don't do anything with it. And it's just like, that's not justice. That's not fair. And it makes me think, like, it's like I said in another reflection, like, in the dream phase I talked about Brooke Fraser, and she talks about Albertine, and, like, do you know the story behind that?
No, some kid she met at Rwanda?
She met a father who told the story of how he basically lost all his family, but he found this one little girl who was just, like, abandoned, this 5-year-old girl crying, had no one, and so he basically sacrificed himself, to save her and provide a life for her, and he said, like, basically there's so much in there, that he gave himself sacrificially to give a life for her and to make a new family of his own making, of their own making. And he's just like, where he said to Brooke, wherever you go, I want you to tell the story of Albertine. I want you to write a song, or you're going to write a song, and tell everyone about this. It's kind of like, now I know all this stuff, I'm kind of responsible to it. Now that, Brooke found out about this stuff, it's like, she can't just keep silent about that. It's like, you're a prophet now, eh?
Your mother shall the word,
Yeah. And it's just... I read some of the answers, like in this book, for example. It's supporting refugee children. Great book, by the way. Great read. Good plug. But, like, yeah, like this
Good small groups.
these people who are just like, they're in the teaching profession, and, like, they're I mean, they're products of our system, thinking these certain ideas that are just false and wrong and show ignorance, and, like, you think, your teachers, you should be better than that, you shouldn't be thinking that, because it's like, and a prime example is this, like, one guy who, this refugee student comes into his class, and he's putting her off throughout the whole lesson, she's asking, she wants help with this machine to be able to work it, and, he's putting her off, maybe because he just feels uncomfortable, whatever it is. But she thinks, I'll try and work this myself. she accidentally breaks it. And he goes ballistic at her. And just like goes nuts at her and everything. He's just like, and she's like goes to the office and like bawling her eyes out and everything. And she's like, you know, I'm so sorry. I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it. I don't know how I'll find the money to pay for it. And this is Canada in this instance, and some of these kids are like working full-time jobs as well as going to high school to pay for them, to make ends meet, to pay for their houses and food and stuff. She's like, I don't know how I'm going to pay for it, but I will pay for it. And like, and please don't send me back to that class. And then the teacher's like, don't send me any ESOL students anymore, because if that's what they're like, I don't want any more and everything. And I'm just like thinking, I'm sorry, but you're a dickhead. Like, seriously. I mean, like, are there more teachers like that? Like,
Oh no, those kind of teachers are rare. Like,
really?
Well, from my schooling, I've had the best teachers. Like
in New Zealand?
New Zealand, yeah. like I can recall like all the teachers that have actually really done an input in my life are the ones that actually cared about me. Like in high school, I wasn't the best student. I wasn't the smartest student. I was a lazy student. And a lot of them knew that I wagged classes and stuff like that. And instead of like saying, "Oh yeah, typical black kid or typical whatever," they actually just came under me. They're like, "Peter, why are you wagging? Like, what's wrong?" And like, personally for me, like, if I don't get something, I wouldn't tell you. I will suffer with it. And then eventually I'd be like, "Oh, I'm finding class hard." Like, what we're finding hard? I'm finding this hard. And like, you know, they actually cared and supported me through it. And they would even use, because like, I love humor. If you can somehow use humor to listen, man, I will listen and I'll pay attention. And they would literally just use humor to teach me. Like, they would like make jokes, and that's when I can recall stuff. Like one of my teachers for maths, were doing I think it was shapes or geometry, and he was Sokatoa, and to help me to memorize that, he just used football. It was Soka Toa. So when you use your toe, what happens? It hurts right there. So Sokatoa. So then I was like, oh, got it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I won't forget that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had some, and like even I did ESOL in high school, because it was really cool actually.
Did you need to?
Yeah. See, in intermediate, I was just, you can speak English, it's good. Like, I was put into a ESOL class in year 7, but my reading was good. My spelling was good. So they just, no, he can go to ordinary classes for English. But what they forgot is, I came here. So when I left Africa, I was still in year 6. So when I arrived here at the end of year 6. So I missed out I missed out a bit of stuff.
Like, just comprehension wise?
Yeah. So then in years, so basically what I did was, like, it's like, cause in Africa, I failed year 5, so I had to redo year 5 again.
Oh, real?
Yeah. So it's in Africa, like, you fail a year, you gotta redo it. Here you don't, you just keep on going up. Yeah. So when we got here, I was like, when we got here, my age, they're like, okay, because of your age, you should be intermediate, but because of it's near the end of the year, we're gonna put you back 1 month, so you can do your 1 month of year 6, and then start you in year 11 the following year. Right there, that crippled me. I should have done a whole year of year 6. So I was always lagging when it came to my writing and stuff like that. And then it wasn't until year 9 when my English teacher picked up on it. She goes, "Peter, I want to actually recommend you do ESOL." And I was like, crap.
Yeah, kind of like sticking with that shit. I was like, oh, I don't need that. Yeah.
But man, I had the most fun times at ESOL. Like, honestly, like ESOL class is actually quite fun. Like, man, the amount of laughs we had. I don't know, just like I'll walk into my class, my form class. Oh, what do you guys do now? Oh, we got English. Oh, I got ESOL. You know, like, I'm actually glad I got ESOL because it's a fun class to be around.
Yeah.
And she was the one that actually spoke into me, man. Like, she was just always challenging me, like, she would always, like, I would always misbehave in the park, on the field and stuff. She'd be like, Peter, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, it's having fun. Is it fun for him? I'm like, oh, I don't think so. And that's just me, because we used to pick on people, and like, is it fun for him? I'm like, oh, I wouldn't say such a thing, okay, so maybe you shouldn't. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You know, like, she made me think, man. That's it. If you cause me to think, oh my gosh. And like Yao does that well. Like, she actually, the way she causes arguments in the classroom makes me think, like, hold up, that's not right.
But it is, in a way.
Yeah. I was like, so I gotta speak out.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
But I kind of respect that, though. It's like, because it's like, I mean, I think she's aware of that fact that, I mean, there are a lot of things that we just believe without even actually thinking about them. And it's just like, we just blindly accept them without thinking critically, without actually thinking that's wrong for these reasons. And then so, sometimes the only way to actually dissect that is to actually have those arguments and have those discussions. But I think what you're kind of revealing is just kind of like that individual knowledge plus care of the student. I mean,
that's,
you got to have that, eh? I mean, you got to actually care about your little Peters, you know, in your class.
If you got a refugee kid in your class, that kid's got baggage. The one thing the most important thing for that kid is to be honest with your word. Like, if you, like, don't be two-faced. Like, genuinely care, and also just be there. That's all we want. Like, we don't want you to say that one thing and just go back on the day. Like, just actually just show us you care. And from showing us you care, we'll let you in and we'll surprise you what we can do. But until then, we're going to close off on you. Like, yes, we'll appear dumb. Yes, we'll fail a lot of things, and we want us to help. But until we build that trust, that's like, because the thing is, as refugees, we were forced out of our country. The people we trust the most are the people who we came here with, because we're alone. So our families. So
trust is huge, eh?
You got to earn our trust, and the way how is that done is if you actually spend time with us and get to know us.
It's cool, man. Yeah. I mean, the other big thing for me is like, I just want to counsel everyone, eh? Like, I want to pastor everyone, but it's like, I guess the more I kind of go on in teaching, I see like there are parallels with pastoring and teaching, but it's like, I think you're blocking your face at the moment, bro.
I'm right.
Yeah.
Just take my socks off.
Just show your handsome face, man.
It's too black.
The more I kind of like, the more I'm just gonna flip and do this, man. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, see.
I'm not so warm, though.
Yeah. The more I go on, it's like I kind of see those parallels, but it's kind of also maintaining that what is a teacher and what is a counsellor, because there are things that are excluded to those fields, you know. It's like I can counsel a student in my class, I can counsel a refugee student. That doesn't make me a counsellor. It's like you shouldn't go into with all the therapies and everything with your kids, because one, you don't know necessarily how to do all those things, and two, like, that might not even be what they need or the best way to deal with it, you know. It's just like, yeah, I think just actually acknowledging is the best thing you can do.
Yeah, like that's what we want. We want you to acknowledge us. Just.
But even just like instances where they say, like, you know, some of the kids who do remember things from what they've been through, just saying that must have been hard, or finding some place of empathy, like actually saying, you know, I lost my family member, I lost something that was dear to me too. That's powerful, I think.
The one thing, like acknowledgement's real key for us. Like, cause, like, don't just try to brush it aside. And you saying, okay, I can't. Example, like, let's say I have a big breakdown about my issues, and you're there, and you say, okay, Peter, I hear your pain. I can't deal with it because I'm a teacher and a counselor, but I want to try to help you through it. So I'm going to get someone to help you through it. Right, that shows me personally